Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new on here, my name is Kaodi, or if not, as you love, you know me. And this is yet another vlog on another day in my life. And today I'm on the set of Over and Over Again, and we have William's Uchembah here.
Hi guys, how are you?
Oh, this is surreal for me. So, apart from just having seen you in movies, even as a child, you being a child yourself, so not child, much more like
Yeah, I understand what you're
yeah, you being much more younger than you are right now. And I still remember, in fact, I think I have closing my eyes, I remember you then much more than I remember you now. Like the picture is still so very much in my head, and it's good to see how far God has brought you, the role God has played in your life so far. And then, of course, I also feel like as much as God plays roles in our life, hard work and perseverance and determination also has something to do with that. And it's good to be here with you. And let me just confess that I'm such a fan and an ardent follower of what you've been doing. And all that you let God use you do.
Thank you, appreciate it.
So,
Thank you.
please tell us why did you get into acting, and what happened in that space when we stopped seeing you and when you hit back on our screens again.
Oh, okay. I've been in the film industry since 1999, so that makes it about 21 years now.
Wow.
Yeah. Featured in a lot of movies then, in early 2000. But at the point, it kind of like was affecting my education.
Okay.
Secondary school, I was rarely there. I was filming back to back primary, secondary school. So when I got to the university level, I knew anything not doing is not doing well, and I had to, give it a break. And I did my 4 years in school.
In Nigeria?
In Nigeria.
What's
International Relations, UNN.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, History and International Relations. Then after that, I went to London and I did a course on global analytics for about a year. Then I went to the US after that.
Okay, so when did you hit us back again?
I think now, between those periods when I was done with school, I was still filming, but nothing serious. Just one or two independent projects, But I think I hit the industry again last year when we did a mainstream project of Merry Men, Sugar Rush, and a couple of other big projects, that we did. And that was more like the major reintroduction. But prior to that, I was doing the whole skits
on Instagram.
Yeah, I started that from the US, and yeah.
Oh, that was true. That was true. Because that's when I started seeing you again, and you were very much. Yeah, that's because I'm like, Merry Men is not when I started seeing you.
Yeah. I started from the skits. It started going viral, and yeah.
That's good. What's your take with how people see you, how people perceive? Maybe not just you, maybe celebrities in general. I, for one, I'll tell you what I think about it, and then maybe you give me from your celebrity point of view. When I see celebrities, when I'm in their space, I try not to abuse it. If I see you at a restaurant, I'm not going to come and say hello, except there's something that is making me say hello to you.
Please, loud that very well.
I'm not going to. I feel like you want to be normal. You want to go to places. I even feel like you are not as free as I am. I can go to anywhere and nobody knows me. But you can't necessarily go out to get a cup of ice cream without somebody saying, oh, can I get a picture with you? Yeah. And maybe you're honestly not in the mood. Maybe someone has just pissed you off and you just don't want this picture thing. You're not in the mood. You're not in this. You don't want. But the person on the other side doesn't just get that you don't want. So they are always in your face like, why are you not being nice to us? After all, we're your fans. We see your movies. We like you and we follow you on Instagram. So you should follow me back, or you should respond to me whenever I say stuff to you. personally, I just feel like, let these people be humans. They are humans too. They want their own space.
True.
They want to be able to come out and just chill and go in.
Yeah.
So if I'm to approach you for something, or if I don't have a business with you or stuff, I just honestly let you be. I'm not going to come out and take a picture.
Yeah, I think, even when you approach, what I tell people most times is when you get into a room, be the last to talk. Check the environment. Don't just come in and start shouting because you don't know the energy that was in the room before you come in. And that is what most people don't do. I don't have a problem if maybe you see me at the restaurant and we're eating and maybe later you come up and say hello. There are beautiful ways you can do that. There are diplomatic ways you can do that. But there are people that don't know how to do that. They just approach you. They see you eating, you have food in your hands and like, let's take a picture, it's disrespectful. I've had a case where in Abuja someone hit my car and the person was wrong. So I was having, why would you do such? And the person was still trying to claim, didn't you see me coming, And somebody from nowhere just came and said, Williams, how far? No, take picture now. It was my friend that said, you can clearly see that he's not, so understanding that, like you said, we are humans, and sometimes we want that privacy, even though that being in public means you've lost that. But there are a lot of beautiful ways you can approach me and say, just don't want to bug you, I just want to tell you I appreciate what you're doing, keep it up, well done. I can say thank you, and you can say, do you mind if I take a picture? Then I can choose to say yes or no. But be sensitive to know the environment. Check what he's doing. Is he having a serious meeting? Is he done eating? Is he just resting after eating? Is he doing groceries? When he's doing groceries, he's obviously not out to take pictures because it's probably on his pajamas or slippers or something. Such things is what people should watch out for before they approach a celebrity. People should do what they want to do.
The other question I have to ask is, how do you pick your script? How do you pick on the roles to take on movies? And I'm asking this in relation to your relationship with God, and because you're very much vocal about it, and the industry being what it is, how do you pick your script? How do you pick what to do and what not to do? Does it conflict with your belief?
Yeah, I think the thing has been from the beginning where people have misunderstood this platform. Everything the Bible says was created for God, right? And by God. So what that means is if we have the entertainment industry, it should be used to glorify God, right? So because it had some few bad eggs, in the past years, doesn't mean that we should change that narrative. We should bring it back to what it used to be. You can do a good movie without nudity or profane things and still do an amazing. Look at Sugar Rush. That was an amazing project, right?
I agree.
And they made a lot of money from it. And there was no one place that you heard or saw anything that kids can watch. It was PG where anybody can watch it, right? So knowing the era and the season we are in now, I think it's left for us to redirect people on how they should be. You don't have to be naked. You don't have to do certain things to be a celebrity, and that is where I stand. I have never for one day done anything illegal to say, okay, I did this to get this, I did this to get this, right? And young people need to start understanding that, not just on entertainment level, but all spheres of life. You need to understand you don't have to do fraud. You don't have to be a Yahoo boy to drive a Benz. I drive a Benz, and I put out something on Instagram. There was a project I finished before this one. I worked 72 hours round the clock. I didn't sleep. Why? Because you have to work hard for what you want. And aside from that, I have like 4 other businesses I do aside from filming. Okay, so I think it's left for us that have this huge platform to educate these young people again on what actually should be. Because the truth of the matter is we are rapidly losing our morals and our value systems in this country. And people with a big platform should correct that.
Should do something about it. I totally agree with doing it. Something you said yesterday, I'm just going back to the conversation we had yesterday that stuck with me, and you said, if you do something for a year or 2 and you haven't earned up to like ~1 million naira or something, it doesn't mean you should be stuck on that business. Yeah. Irrespective of how passionate you are about it, or how, oh my God, this is what God has called. Like, try something else, do something else, If you not make money from this other business you're doing, you can go back and invest into that passion.
It's only wisdom. It's only wise to do that. I mean, Think about it. It's only wise. God said He will bless the works of your hands.
hands.
Not the job of your hand. There's a difference. The works of your hands. He didn't give a specific work. Anything you find doing is the works of your hands. And what I try to make people understand is when you're consistent with that and you're doing everything right and something is still wrong, check yourself. God is never wrong. Right? There are universal laws and principles that if you apply, it works for you, and it works for the person in China, it works for the person in Japan. So if that thing is not working, you don't go and say, God, you're unfair. Find out what you are not doing right and correct that, because God can never be wrong. Even when He's wrong, He becomes right. So understanding the concept of diversification and multiple streams of income in Nigeria is key. You know, what you're doing now is one way you can be making money on one side, which is film. You can also be making money from something else. Makeup, have a makeup house, call it whatever. You can put it in real estate, build and sell. I'm into real estate, so it's quite lucrative.
Yeah, I still get my lawyer.
Do you understand? And you have
drafts and all that.
You're also a lawyer, you know. So these things is what, and you find out that when you're now pursuing your passion, it's beautiful. There is money. Nah, not that. If I want to do a film, I'm planning to do a movie. I'm not saying, hi, how do I get money? I have money to shoot. I know who I want to shoot. I know what I want to do. But imagine if that I want to film for people for a while, then save money and do money. Doesn't work like that.
Oh God, I'm so thankful we had this conversation. It's not just for my channel, okay, well, I started for my channel, but having the conversation with you and then listening to you talk yesterday, even though you weren't talking to me at first, you know, really confirmed some things I've been saying to myself and some of I've been saying to me, and then confirm the journey I'm now taking towards certain areas of my life, and I'm thankful.
The last thing I'll leave you with is, whatever you do in life, no matter how much money you have, make sure it has to do with people. People don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. People don't care how much money you have until they know what you've done with your money. People die, they're in that lying state. People don't say he had 5 cars or 10 cars. It's the lives he impacted and the people he helped. And that is actually where you find fulfillment and happiness. Aside of all the businesses I do, what I'm most passionate about is my foundation. Because I'm reaching people directly. And there is nothing as beautiful, and that is actually what you get, where you get your reward. You know, people think I put everything I do out. No, 90% of what I do, I don't put it on social media.
Oh yes, that was one thing too.
Because there's a reason why I do that on social media, so that other people can
encourage
relate.
to do.
Yeah, but there's another side of it that Matthew chapter 6 also talked about, where your left hand shouldn't see what your right hand is given. That you shouldn't play with, because there's a life after here. So it is the outcome of what you do with your life here that will determine your destination. And that destination is heaven if you do the right thing, right? And it's in the heaven that every promises of God from the First and Second Testament is what you get. And it's with every single day you live here. So I tell people, try as much as you can to make history every day. So when I say what is history, you can help somebody today. In the next 50 years, that person will never forget you.
Oh yes.
You know? So when you understand that concept, you'll be living a fulfilled life. That's where the word fulfilled comes from. Your life will be balanced, and you will not be aging fast.
I agree. Thank you so much. This was such a fulfilling session for me. It was full and it was feeling too. Thank you very much. So until next time, guys, please subscribe, like, and share this video. I'll see you in my next one.
Bye.
Bye.